Welcome to our video on the top 10 strongest special forces in the world. Special forces units are elite military groups that are trained to perform unconventional and high-risk missions. These missions can range from counter-terrorism to hostage rescue, reconnaissance, and intelligence gathering. Special forces units have become an essential part of modern warfare and have been involved in many high-profile operations. In this video, we will be counting down the top 10 strongest special forces units in the world based on their training, equipment, and success in various missions. But before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon. Let's get started. Number 10. GSG-9 Germany. GSG-9, also known as the Border Protection Group 9, is the tactical unit of the German Federal Police. Its capabilities include hostage rescue, counter-terrorist, and high-risk arrests. They are also known for developing new tactics and methods for such missions. The unit was established in response to the 1972 Munich Olympics massacre, during which 11 Israeli nationals were killed, along with a German police officer. The situation was extremely critical, since the German police neither had the training nor equipment necessary for rescue and counter-terrorist operations. Within a month from the incident, the German government commissioned the GSG-9 under the Federal Police to thwart any similar situation in the future. On October 18, 1977, GSG-9 operators successfully rescued all 86 hostages on board Lufthansa Flight 181 in Mogadishu, Somalia. In 1982 and 1993, the group arrested several members of RAF, Red Army faction, a far-left militant organization. In 2007, 3 suspected terrorists were arrested by GSG-9 with a large cache of explosives. Number 9. GIGN France. After the Munich massacre in 1972 and the Clairvaux prison mutiny a year before, the French government felt the need for a specialist law enforcement unit to tackle situations like organized crime, domestic terrorist attacks, and hostage situations in the future. As a result, the National Gendarmerie Intervention Group, or GIGN, was formed in 1974 as a tactical unit of the National Gendarmerie of the French Armed Forces. GIGN is renowned for its swift responses and advanced combat capabilities during hostile situations and can operate anywhere in the world. The group reportedly has been involved in more than 1,800 missions. GIGN is renowned for its swift responses and advanced combat capabilities during hostile situations and can operate anywhere in the world. The group reportedly has been involved in more than 1,800 missions. In its current form, the GIGN is organized into 6 segments. The main assault unit, known as Intervention Force, consists of 4 platoons, with each composed of 24 operators. Number 8. Marcos, India. Marcos, officially the Marine Commando Force or MCF, is the Special Forces unit of India operating under the Indian Navy. The overall dropout rate of Marcos is reported to be around 98%, meaning only 2 out of 100 candidates graduate its training. The origin of Marcos can be traced back to the 1950s when the Indian Armed Forces raised a specialized unit of combat divers that can perform roles such as underwater demolition. However, they were not entirely efficient. Then, in 1986, the Indian Navy decided to create a Special Forces unit that can conduct special operations in any environment. To gain the necessary experience, 3 officers from the existing combat diving unit were chosen to receive initial training from the US Navy SEALs and later with the UK's Special Boat Service. Number 7. Sayeret Matkal, Israel. Sayeret Matkal, or General Staff Reconnaissance Unit, is a Special Forces unit of the IDF, Israel Defense Forces. It was created after the infamous Kibbutz massacre and the subsequent dismissal of Unit 101, IDF's only dedicated special force at that time other than the Navy's Shayetet 13. Essentially a recon or intelligence gathering unit, Israel's Sayeret Matkal can operate deep behind the enemy lines. It is also tasked with hostage rescue and counter-terrorist operations. Before 1974, Sayeret Matkal was solely responsible for domestic rescue missions, but was relieved from its responsibilities after the formation of Yamam, Israel's national counter-terrorism unit. The success of Operation Entebbe in 1976 demonstrated the reach and capability of Sayeret Matkal to the world. On July 4th, about 100 Israeli commandos, including Sayeret Matkal operators in the main assault role, stormed Uganda's Entebbe airport and rescued more than 100 hostages. Number 6. JW Grom, Poland. JW Grom is one of the 6 special operations units under Poland's Special Troops Command and one of the world's most elite special forces. Grom operators have earned the nickname the Surgeons due to their expansive medical training and mission efficiency. It was established in 1990. Grom took inspiration from other elite forces like British SAS, United States Delta Force and SEALs during its initial years. The existence of JW Grom was not known to the public until it was first reported in the news in 1992 and received widespread recognition in 1995 after its first significant military operation in Haiti. Grom was a critical component of the Polish contingent in the 2003 invasion of Iraq, responsible for securing important assets and counterinsurgency operations. In Afghanistan, GROM operators were commended for their effectiveness during missions and training Afghan National Police. Number 5. Joint Task Force 2 Canada. The Joint Task Force 2, or simply JTF-2, is Canada's special operations unit known for its highly secretive nature. It was raised in 1993 specifically for counter-terrorist operations both inside and outside of the Canadian borders. JTF-2 also specialises in hostage rescue and special reconnaissance. The Joint Task Force 2, or simply JTF-2, is Canada's special operations unit known for its highly secretive nature. It was raised in 1993 specifically for counter-terrorist operations both inside and outside of the Canadian borders. JTF-2 also specialises in hostage rescue and special reconnaissance. Number 4. Special Service Group, SSG, Pakistan. The Special Services Group, or SSG PAK, was formed in 1956 after combining 2 regiments of the Pakistani Army, namely the 17th Balok and 19th Balok Regiment. Previously, the 19th Balok was raised as a special unit with the help of the United States Army to counter the Soviet Union's growing military presence in Afghanistan and surrounding regions at that time. The unit's initial training methods and field tactics were influenced by the US Army Special Forces, with whom they closely operated against the Soviets in the 1960s and 1970s. SSG PAK then carried out several missions against Indian Kashmir, including Operation Gibraltar, which led to the Indo-Pak War in 1965. Since the turn of the century, the Special Service Group has been instrumental in counterinsurgency operations inside Pakistani borders. They were also successful in subduing armed insurgencies in the Balochistan region that has been ongoing since the 1940s. Number 3. Alpha Group, Russia. Some of you might be wondering, what about Spetsnazes? You should know that Spetsnaz is a general term used for all the Soviet Russian special forces. Alpha Group, officially known as Directorate A of the FSB Special Purpose Center, was established by the Soviet KGB in 1974 to execute counter-terrorist operations and provide a security layer for the Soviet leadership. At present, Alpha Group officially operates under the Federal Security Service, FSB, Russia's internal security agency. The Alpha Group operators are considered as one of the most aggressive in the world. During the Soviet era, the Alpha Group took part in armed interventions in Afghanistan, Lebanon, and the Baltic region. Domestically, it has taken part in almost every major anti-terrorist hostage operation, including the Moscow theatre siege in 2002 and the Beslan school siege in 2004. Number 2. Special Air Service, SAS, United Kingdom. The Special Air Service, SAS, is one of the oldest and perhaps the best special forces that serve Britain. It was formed in 1941. The Special Air Service is composed of 3 units. 22 SAS Regiment, the regular unit, 21 SAS Artis R, and 23 SAS Reserve units, reserves. 22 SAS Regiment has 4 active squadrons, A, B, D and G. Each squadron contains more or less 65 men, categorized into 4 troops. Each troop has a separate headquarters section that is guided by a captain. British SAS played a significant role during the war in Afghanistan. During a joint rescue operation with US Special Forces, codenamed Jubilee, the SAS operators successfully rescued the hostage without any casualties from Badakhshan province in Afghanistan. The importance of the British SAS can be judged by the single fact that many of the powerful special forces overseas were initially based on SAS principles. One good example is the American Delta Force. Number 1. Delta Force, 1st SFOD, USA. In recent years, the name Delta Force has become synonymous with the Special Forces. It has practically become a household name. However, it was not supposed to be this way. Delta Force, officially 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment Delta, is a secretive special operations force raised to engage high-value targets and perform counter-terrorism, hostage rescue, and recon operations. The idea of such a unit was suggested by Charles Beckwith, a Special Forces officer who had served as an exchange officer with the British Army's Special Air Service, 22 SAS Regiment, during the Malayan Emergency. He proposed a highly adaptable and autonomous force that specializes in covert missions. The high attrition rate of his Delta Selection course. Out of his 2 classes totaling 240 candidates, only 12 to 14 completed the course. And that concludes our countdown of the top 10 strongest special forces in the world. These elite units represent the very best of military training and equipment and are called upon to perform the most difficult and dangerous missions. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for more amazing videos.